Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of UnrealEntGaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
This entire situation seems very bizarre, especially when considering the fact that one of the Super Dragon Balls has suddenly disappeared from within our universe. Though it's hard to put my finger on what exactly may be going on around here, I have no doubt that it is something very ominous. It's better if we look into what is going on around here, because I fear that whatever may be going on behind our backs may in fact soon rear its ugly head to reveal itself very soon.
As our story continues with both Goku and Vegeta now being shown having to head back to Kame's lookout, as with both Dende and Mr. Popo shown having to clean up the lookout following the events of Goku and Vegeta's battle, it was only from there where Goku went on to comment, "Geez, we really trashed the lookout, Vegeta. I don't think Dende and Mr. Popo are going to be very happy about us coming back to train again. I've seen worse here," Vegeta responds. "Try not to feel too bad about it, otherwise before you know it, you'll be sweeping and cleaning the lookout with them instead of training. Well, we can't just continue to destroy this place either. Oh man, Dende doesn't look very happy to see us here again," as Dende went on to address both Goku and Vegeta upon arriving by telling them, "Hey, come on you two, really now? What's the deal here? You guys just can't come up here and smash the place up like this. This is a sacred place, you guys, not a dojo. Do you know how long it's going to take for me and Mr. Popo to clean this mess up? It just isn't right, you guys. Please." Sorry about all of the trouble, Dende, really, Goku says. "I don't think either of us thought that we'd crash through the chamber door like that and trash the lookout during our fight, but I can promise you that it won't happen again. Isn't that right, Vegeta? You are painfully unbearable to listen to, Kakarot. Now, are we going back into the time chamber or not?" With Goku responding, "Yeah, sure. So, what's the plan? Are we going to start off by using our strongest forms again, or do you want to gradually work towards using them by kicking things off in our base levels?" With Vegeta responding, "We'll go all out from the start and fight as though our lives depend on it. The main goal here should be to evolve past the point of where we are now at our strongest," Vegeta says, "which means to transcend our powers in ways which we never thought was possible for us to do before. I am not going to risk the chance of leaving myself open to be humiliated like I was against Merno again. And besides, did you already forget about the others who were fighting along with us too? Broly and Jiren, Kefla and Majin Buu. Who's to say they aren't training and getting stronger like how we are?" he asks. "We stood no chance of hurting that angel, and so I don't want to be in that position against another enemy like that again." "Yeah, I didn't forget about them," Goku says, "but you're kind of acting as though Merno's still alive or something." "Of course not. I know Merno's dead, but what if we end up coming across another anomaly like him? Although he was an extremely rare case we just can't put that experience behind us. Well, I mean, when going back to the others, Goku says, despite having to face such an overwhelming obstacle in Merno, they still did what they could to hang in there, and they did. Jiren mastered Ultra Instinct, Broly achieved Super Saiyan 3 along with Kefla. Now, I do get what you mean in terms of being prepared for something like Merno in case anything like that were to happen again, but how long do you think we'll have to spend training in the time chamber in order for us to shatter our current limits? Do you think we should maybe get the others to join us so that way they could also get stronger too, or should we wait? With Vegeta responding, we will stay inside for as long as it takes to get the job done. We'll have some of the others join in once you and I evolve our forms first. The paths we took to get to where we are is only but the beginning, and so you better get with the program inside and fast, Kakarot. Maybe I am a bit paranoid, call it what you will, but what happened before still stands, Vegeta says. It was a painful reminder of where we are on the food chain. Do you remember how difficult it was to even track that bastard's movements when we were fused, let alone when we fought him alone? He exposed us in battle while still getting what he wanted out of us during the time being, Vegeta says. And so now, unlike before when we were given little to no time to prepare, this time around, we will use the free time that we have to shatter past our current forms into discovering stronger ones inside. What had happened before cannot happen again, with Goku responding, yeah. Not to mention the fact that the other angels weren't able to take him down either. The Grand Priest was the only one who was able to do it, so we'll have to try and go past the 12 angels in power if we hope to rival an enemy like Merno, so I don't know, and who knows what the Omni Kings would have done, especially since the Grand Priest said that they also have a similar fighting form to how he does too. Oh, Merno sure was the toughest enemy that we've ever had to endure, because even in death, the experience we had with him is still here. It won't be easy, Vegeta, but if anything, we'll have to try and stay inside the time chamber for as long as we're allowed to in order for us to try and reach those levels of power. Well, you can rest assured that we likely aren't the only ones who are training to get stronger either, Vegeta says. We'll check in with the others once we're done and see where they stand once you and I are finished with our training inside. You know, come to think of it, Goku says, it has been a long time since we saw everyone. You think we should go back and check in to see what they've all been up to? How about we go in? But then, that was when upon having to approach the time chamber door where all of a sudden Vegeta had come to a sudden stop and telling Goku, wait, hold on, stop talking, do you feel that, Kakarot? Yeah, what is that? It feels a little strange, and it kinda feels like whatever that is getting closer and closer. It's coming from up there, Vegeta shouts. Look, it feels like it's getting closer towards us because it is. As it was only from out of nowhere to everyone's surprise where something had now dropped on down from the sky and crashing on down to the lookout, and from there creating a much bigger mess than what we've seen previously. It was only from there where Dende went on to shout, oh no, we just cleaned that spot. Oh, why does this always have to happen here? Why can't anyone respect this sacred place anymore? As it was only upon our heroes having to now stumble across a very strange looking creature that had now made its way onto the lookout, it was only when this creature was now beginning to regain consciousness and standing back up where Mr. Popo had gotten behind Vegeta by telling him, and what is that? The energy coming from this creature feels cold and dark. How did it even get here? With Vegeta responding, hey, get it together and wake up. Who are you? We've never seen you around here before. As with the strange creature now shown having to sit back up and having to acknowledge the others, that was when the creature went on to respond, ouch, rough landing, eh? Sorry about the sudden surprise. I guess my ship just lost control and I found my way heading right for this planet here. My name is Barisu. Say, the two of you there look a little familiar, almost like I've seen you guys around before, he says. Oh, you guys look like really strong warriors. I take it that you're both fighters, right? That may be why you two look familiar to me, with Goku responding, that's strange because you weren't shown getting out of a ship, nor did we see you enter our orbit in one. You crash landed here all on your own without anything to guide you, as Vegeta went on to chime in, and you also took a pretty good guess in knowing that we're both warriors. No ship, a strange energy, how did you manage to find this place, and where exactly did you come from? Explain, now. Oh, I ditched my ship in time before it went all haywire on me, and so before I knew it, I was thrown into a wild spin where I didn't know where I was going, and so here I am. I was just passing by, not thinking much of this little tiny planet here, but once my ship started to act all weird, I decided to jump out before it was too late. It was actually quite the experience, you know. I want to thank you so much for not harming me upon my arrival, Barisu says. Everywhere I go, there always seems to be someone who wants to go after me but you guys. So I want to shake your hand and thank you for showing me kindness, with Goku responding, well, geez, I wasn't planning on attacking you when you touched down, so... Yeah, but I was, Vegeta went on to bump in. Out of the way, Kakarot. What do you take us for here, Vegeta asks. You may be able to fool Kakarot here, but not me. Now start talking. Nothing you just said seems to be adding up, and so I want to know who you really are and how you found your way onto the lookout here, and I won't ask you again. Start talking, with Barisu responding, hey, wait a minute. You just call that guy here Vegeta, right? Oh, now I know why you looked so familiar. You were the Saiyans who battled against that insanely powerful angel Merno, weren't you? Yeah, now I finally see. You guys were also the ones who fused into fighting him using the Potaras as well, aren't you? Oh, and this was the exact place that you started fighting him on before everything was destroyed by him, wasn't it? Oh, what an honor it is to meet the two of you, with Vegeta asking you, what? You knew we fought him? Hey, that's a little too good for it to be some kind of a guess, Goku says. Wanna start explaining how you know all of this, with Barisu responding, oh, I know all about it, that's for damn sure. For those who were able to see, saw, and boy did we watch, Barisu says. That fallen angel was certainly no pushover, and so you guys really got the snot beat out of you. But it's not every day where you see mortals fighting to survive against a rogue angel, right? I honestly didn't expect for the two of you to even be alive, let alone residing on this planet, so I'm honored to have met you both, he says. Me and the others made sure to watch every bit of what we could see, and you guys are really good. Just not as good as Merno was, but we all can't be perfect like him now, can we? Even your fusion was impressive to watch battle, as then they went on to respond, but then how would you have been able to watch the battle if the universe was being destroyed left and right? That seems a bit odd. What planet or part of the galaxy did you say you were from again? Well, more on that later, Barisu says, but first I would love and be honored to shake the hand of the legendary Goku. It would mean so much to me if you did, sir. Oh, well, okay then, I guess. Sure, why not, Goku responds. But it was only upon Goku being shown having to shake Barisu's hand where Vegeta went on to shout, wait, no! Kakarot, don't shake his hand! Ouch, Goku says, hey, what gives? As unbeknownst to an unsuspecting Goku, while he was shaking Barisu's hand, Barisu had somehow managed to prick Goku's palm in drawing blood onto a small lens, as Barisu went on to respond, well, that was certainly much easier than I thought it would be. I'll be taking those little drops there, thank you very much. Oh, this was exactly what the Dark Masters were looking for. You stupid Saiyans, with Vegeta responding, you idiots, Kakarot. I told you not to shake that creature's hand. I knew something was off with that thing, with Goku responding, well, I didn't know he would do that. How the heck did he just stick my palm and draw blood like that? It felt like he poked me with some kind of needle or something. Well, at least I was able to snag one of you, Barisu says. I'd love to stay and chat with you both, but I've got places that I need to be and things that I need to do. So long, suckers! But before Barisu could actually get away, it was only from out of nowhere where Vegeta had now gone as far as to grab onto Barisu's leg by telling him, so no you don't, where the hell do you think you're going? You aren't going anywhere, you little coward. What the heck? But how did you just, let go of me, you disgusting animal? Oh, I'm an animal now, am I? Vegeta asks. Well then allow me to show you just how animalistic and dangerous I can truly be, you little ghoul. Who are you working under, and who are these Dark Masters that you speak of? Let go of me, you slimy mortal! let go! You aren't going to get me to talk. I would rather die than tell either of you anything. Well, that can be arranged, Vegeta responds. Looks like we've got a little rebel here. So, you'd rather die, huh? Well, I can see to it in order to make that happen for you. Now start talking! To where with Barisu now being shown on the ground and slowly having to sit back up, it was only from there where Barisu went on to comment, how dare you? You don't look so tough. I've seen rotting corpses that look tougher than you. So, if it's a fight you want, then it's a fight that I will gladly give you, Saiyan. Now die, trash! I'm going to break your ouch! What the? You didn't even blink! What the? As it was to the horrifying shock of Barisu with his punch being shown completely ineffective, it was only as Vegeta was slowly beginning to remove his hand from his face where Vegeta went on to tell him, you sure did pick the perfect day for a burial. What was that supposed to be? I didn't even feel it. So let me show you how it's really done, you fool! In which Vegeta did not even bat an eye by wasting a second, and from there being shown punching Barisu directly through the chest, with Vegeta's arm now shown impaling Barisu completely. It was only upon Barisu being shown shaking where he from there went on to respond, what have you done? Why did you have to do that to me? You hurt me. Why would you hurt me? I was only kidding. I would never do such nasty, horrible things. Or would I, Saiyan? No need to shake your hand now when I can just take as much out of you now than I ever would have before. Don't worry, this will only sting for a moment. He can regenerate, Vegeta asks? His body feels similar to Majin Buu's. Damn it. To which as soon as Vegeta was quickly from there shown having to remove his hand from Barisu's body, Barisu from that point had already collected the samples that he needed from Vegeta as Barisu went on to comment, well, would you look at that? Seems like I was able to tag both of you after all, huh? This was exactly what I needed, and now that I have what I came here for, my mission is complete. Thank you very much for your hospitality here, Saiyans, but I gotta run now, so it's been fun. Catch you around, little worms, Barisu says. Try not to miss me too much while I'm away. To which as soon as Barisu was shown opening up a portal and going back to the demon realm before he could fully go through, it was only upon Barisu being shown attempting to jump through the portal where Barisu went on to comment, okay, and now to, what is that? Wait, no! To which before Barisu could escape, he was only from that point shown getting hit by a blast as he was shown dropping off the samples in the portal, as with the portal to the demon realm now being shown closing, it was only from there where Vegeta went on to ask Barisu, did you really think I was lying when I said you weren't going to be going anywhere, you little ghoul? Oh, that does it, Barisu says. I've had it with the two of you preventing me from leaving this rotten backwater world. Now you will, but it was only from out of nowhere where Goku had now gone as far as to speed blitz towards Barisu by grabbing onto his arm and telling him, not so fast there, little guy. What exactly is your deal with us, Goku asks. You're leaving us with no other choice than to force our hand here. Who are you, Goku asks? And what is it that you want with those blood drops? With Barisu responding, I'm not telling you Saiyans anything. Now get your rotten flesh off of me. You're only going to make this worse for the both of you. Neither of you have a clue on what's coming. I will never fear you flesh walkers and you won't stop me. So what's coming then, Goku asks. What exactly are you hiding that you refuse to say? Yeah, right. You have more of a chance of fighting Merno again than having me tell you daywalkers anything. To which as soon as Barisu was shown having to swipe away Goku's hand in attempting to strike him, it was only upon Goku being shown teleporting behind Barisu and chopping him in the back of the neck where Goku went on to tell him, that's enough, then you leave me with no other choice. To which as soon as Goku was shown having to knock Barisu out with Barisu shown dropping on down to the ground, it was only upon the moment of impact where Dende went on to ask, oh no, Goku, is he dead? No, I made sure not to kill him, so he's going to be out cold for a little while. There's no question about it, Goku adds, he definitely isn't from this universe. Oh, and so now that he's out cold for a little while, what do you think we should do with him? With Vegeta responding, I say we beat every bit of information out of him and then kill him on the spot to mitigate any risk. asks. Well, hold on now, Vegeta. Sure, he tried to pull a fast one on us, but I don't think we should just kill him like that. Hang on, Dende went on to chime in. I think we may have some rope in the back. Maybe we can tie him up and see what we can get out of him. As it was only while this was going on, back within the demon realm, a mysterious and yet ominous voice went on to add, my oh my. And here I was beginning to wonder if you truly had what it took to get the job done. Although I can honestly care less as to what ends up happening to you while in the mortal realm, at least you were able to get what I wanted. These ought to be very useful to us. I wonder how different these warriors will be once Sugami is able to get his hands on these. I have no doubt that they will indeed be very powerful and very reliable for when we need them to be. Our rise to lay claim over the multiverse will not be without bloodshed and death. Each universe will be devoured and reborn as one. One world, one domain, one realm ruled by its demons, and most importantly, ruled by its very master once he awakens. They won't see any of it coming, but when it comes, each and every single one of them, mortal or god, will fall. For a small time, they may get the blood, but we will have the glory, and with the Super Dragon Balls in our possession, their very power and influence will be our ticket to victory, Gira says. As in the meantime, when then going back to the gods on Beerus' planet, with the Elder Kai having to be shown overseeing one of the books that Whis had brought him, it was only upon the Elder Kai having to search for the correct page where the Elder Kai went on to comment, well, there doesn't seem to be any information in the first book, so let's see if the second one that you have here has the answer that we're looking for. No, that's not it. No, that's not it either. Where could it be? None of these are remotely close to describing the energy that we feel coming from the seventh. Let's see. Now hold on just a moment, Whis went on to chime in. I have a theory. Go to page 316. Oh, there. Do you see that? This is likely the cause of the energy we've been sensing, he says. The ones whose existence is being referred to here as the bringers of darkness who hail from the demon realm. Wait, what? The demon realm? But how could that be, Beerus asks. The demon realm, along with many of the other forbidden realms, have been sealed off from the existing multiverse a long time ago. How could the energy that we felt earlier be coming from the demon realm? With Shin responding, I actually second this, Whis. If these realms have been locked away for as long as we can remember, then how could the energy that we felt be directly related to that exactly? Oh, you don't think it's due to what I think it's due to, right, Whis? That would explain everything if it was, but we can't be sure, with Whis responding, oh, I'm afraid it likely was, Elder. If the Forbidden Realms remained undisturbed until recently, then it was likely due to Merno that they're now opened again. I'm not quite sure as to how, he adds, but I can only suspect that before Merno was erased, his battle with the Grand Priest was likely the cause of the Forbidden Realms awakening. Their battle went far beyond space-time itself, and their fight was beginning to crack the very walls of reality itself. This was what must have been what led to the Demon Realm and many like it to be set free. And the one who originally sealed the Demon Realm was my brother Merno, Whis adds. I had often heard stories of how Merno was given the task by the Grand Priest upon being the Grand Angel to bring balance to the multiverse, and so he did. And so that was to ensure that the Demon Realm was closed off, never to interfere in the existing universe's business, he says. The Demon Realm was a very dark and dangerous place to be in, even for an experienced angel. But for Merno, before his heart had been corrupted by his own pride, was the only one that was able to carry out this task that my father had given onto him. Merno, who was all alone, faced millions of them, including the Demon Realm's Oathkeepers, who were commonly referred to as the Dark Masters, all by himself. He showed no fear, and although he did what was instructed of him, there was also one creature who was spoken of down there that even Merno had some trouble in dealing with, Whis says. But he too, the Demon Realm's god, was sealed away by Merno in the end. We were at the time far too young and were still being trained by Merno and our father into becoming the current attendees of the 12 universes, so our memory of what happened down there involving Merno is very vague, Whis says, but as far as I remember it being, it was Merno who had sealed seal these realms off from the multiverse before. Anything else would need to be addressed with the Grand Priest for more information, Whis continues. Oh, and since his destruction over a year ago, it's likely that the one sealed dimensions have been opened now that Merno is dead and gone. As with all three, Kibito, Shin, and Beerus left absolutely baffled by this, it was only from there where Beerus went on to ask, so that nutcase Merno actually did something good for once before losing his absolute mind? Does this mean that these demons can now enter into our universe now, Shin asks? Does this mean that my universe is about to be flooded by these ridiculous demons, Whis? We should inform the Grand Minister about this, Whis, the Elder Kai says. It's better to know what the situation is now before things get out of control like they did with your crazy brother. I'm almost certain that he must have sensed the same energy too, Whis responds, but I will see to it that I pay him a visit before this day is over and ask, Whis says. From my understanding as being a guardian here, well, it's that the last thing that we need right now is for the demon realm to be opened, as it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of the Dark Master's Ultimate Resurrection Manga Chapter number 3 special then comes to a close. Now, it only appears as though the reasoning behind why all of these dimensions and realms are suddenly awakened is because with the battle that transcended space-time itself involving both the Grand Priest and Merno being as intense as it was the sheer intensity of that very battle itself that had gone as far as to open up rifts and crack the dimensional fabric itself, which as of now, as the gods are slowly beginning to learn more about this, we have now at least seen one of the 4 Dark Masters that resides within the demon realm, with that having to be Gira, in which with Gira now retrieving the samples collected by Barisu in the mortal realm, the million-dollar question now moving forward is what exactly did Gira mean by these samples having to be what spawns new and powerful warriors that will serve the demon realm, to which more importantly with the Dark Master's agenda now seemingly having to be not the destruction of the multiverse itself, but with what Gira had referenced in everything becoming one, what exactly do the Dark Masters have in mind that they are so eagerly going after the Super Dragon Balls for, which again, I can't wait to show you guys what is about to unfold moving forward in chapter number 4. So again, if you want to go on ahead and be the first to see the upcoming manga chapter, as well as also gain exclusive access to so many other things, including content that you won't find on here, then I do encourage you all to become a member of my Patreon today, patreon.com/UnrealEntGaming, in which the links to that will be located down in the description box below and pinned comment section below as well. So if you would not only like to support the channel, but also gain tons of more access to so many other things, then Patreon is the place to be. Thank you all so very much again for watching, everybody. Thank you all so much for your time. To which once more, if you guys just so happen to be new to this channel and of course love Dragon Ball, then I do encourage you all to go on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon. That way you guys never miss a single video that is posted onto the channel. On top of meeting our like goal by scrolling down below and smashing that like button, tune back in for more once again, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.